What's up guys, back again with another video. This episode we're going to be learning about command arguments inside of commands basically. And what I mean by that is we've made commands before, but this time we can specify arguments with our commands. Like for example, on some servers you can have like /kill space and then the player's name, or like if you send a player a message, maybe you could do like /message space and then all the words you want to send them. Those are all arguments. So if you don't know what I mean, I'll just show you if that's a little confusing. Oh, it's pretty simple, but you know. So let's go ahead and get started by making a new plugin. So command arguments, that's what I'll call mine. You can call yours whatever you want, of course. So me.illuminati productions. Good, I'll copy this. Next, boom. Alright, good. Okay, I'll do that. And looks like we're good to go, so I'll delete this. Don't need that. And we're going to open this up right here. Alright. Alright, looks good. So we're going to make a new package here. And this will keep our commands. Just so we have some structure here. We're going to make a new command. We're going to call, oh, wrong thing. Okay, so now we're going to make a new command. We're going to call it, let's call it send word. That's a really simple command. And it's just going to send a player a word. Pretty simple. So we're going to do implements, command executor. You got to have, oops, nope, not that. There we go. Looks good to me. And then we have to implement the unimplemented method by doing this. There we go. So that's all added. Very good. If you don't know what the hell I'm doing, then just go back a few episodes, like episode 5 and 6, I believe. Should show you how to do it. Anyway, so once we have this command structure set up, we're good to go, but we have to register our command here and inside our plugin.yml. We'll do that in a second though. Okay, so we're registering here. We'll do get command, we'll call it, what was it called? Send word. Awesome. And then set executor new send word. Oops. Okay, good. So we register that in there. So we're going to do the plugin.yml now by doing it like this. Commands, send word, and then description. We're going to make it the bare minimum just by providing a description, because it really doesn't matter. We're just trying to work on the functionality of our commands. But so yeah, we'll just add that right there. We're good to go. So now we can work on our command. So we're going to have a command here. And let's make it so only a player can run this command. So we'll do if, let's see, sender instance of player. Okay, so you should know what that does. Hopefully, if not, just go back and watch the tutorials. Oh my gosh. There we go. Gotta import that. Good. So once we have that, we're good to go with that. So we check and see if the person who sends it is a player. If not, we'll send him a message. We'll say, we'll output to the console. We'll say, you need to be a player to execute this command. Okay, pretty simple, right? Okay, so now once we have that, let's go ahead and set up a thing where it checks to see. So let's say the player, he doesn't provide any arguments. He does like just /send word without any words to send. He just does /send word. That's it. We don't want that in this command because we want to be able to send words to players. We can't send nothing. So let's make a check for that. We'll do if, and let me show you how this works actually first. So this is what we'll be working with here. This is a array of strings for the, and it's called args. And so let me show you how that works. So let's say you do /send word, right? And then you say the word is garbage, okay? And if you know a little bit about arrays, if you should know about arrays if you're doing this right now, but if you don't, just watch one of my tutorials in the Java series. And so I spelled garbage wrong. Holy crap, that's embarrassing. So let's say we want to target this word right here. This is one of the arguments. This will actually be argument 0 because arrays are 0 based. And let's say we have another word, so garbage can, not connected, so 0, 1, and then another word would be 2, another word would be 3, you know, just like that. And this is not an argument. This is obviously, as you know, command. These are two different things. These are arguments. Everything after command is arguments, okay? Starting with 0, of course. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Okay, so let's say if args.length is not equal to 1. Yeah, that looks good. How about we do if args.length is bigger than 0, okay? So everything inside that will work, but if it's not bigger than 0, meaning it doesn't have any arguments, like I said before, we'll send the player a message. Oh, we need to say what player is. We need to cast it. Player equals player sender. There we go. So within that, we'll do player dot send message. You need to give the command an argument. And then we'll say how to give an argument, so we'll do player dot send message. We'll do slash send what was it? Send word, and then word, like that. So that'll show them how to work it if they don't do it like that. Let's say they didn't provide, the word at the end. This is why this runs, okay? So anyway, so if they did provide a word, then what we're gonna do is say player dot send message, and we'll say args 0. So this will just send the message back to the player. So yeah. So that should work, yeah. So what it's doing here is it's checking to see if the command had an argument of more than 0, which it means it has an argument at least one. So there's a word here, and then it says player.sendMessage argument 0, which just sends the player the word he just specified inside the command. So if you don't know what I mean, let's just go test it out right now. Let's go ahead and open our Maven crap to Windows, and we'll just run this here. I believe that should work the same way, and I'll meet you inside the server. Okay, so we're inside the server now, and we're going to test our command out. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's do send word, and not provide any of the arguments, and good. It says you need to give the command an argument, and then it shows us how to give an argument. So good, that part works. It's able to check and see if we have any arguments or not. Awesome. So now let's provide an argument. Let's say blah blah blah. So it sends us back blah blah blah. Good, that's what we wanted. So yeah, it takes the first argument, which is arg0, and sends it back. That's awesome. So that's very simple, right? Now we can access arguments within our plugin commands. So let's say we want to check and see what the argument it is. Okay, so let's go back in here. Let's say we want the word to be something. Let's say we want the word to be garbage again. Okay, so if we want the word to be garbage, we can check and see each one and say if args 0 dot equals ignore case garbage. Okay, I'll show you what that means in a second. So what that does is says obviously, if it has an argument, it's going to check that argument, and it's going to say it's going to look at the word, the argument that you provided, and it doesn't matter what the case is, so it's not case sensitive. And it's going to say if it's equal to garbage, then run this code, and then we can say else. If it's not equal to garbage, then we can run that code. Or if we wanted to run another thing, so else if it was to check in other words, we could do args 0 that equals ignore case tree. So if the word is tree, it'll run this code. And let's say if it is not tree or garbage, then it'll run this code. And we can go on forever if we want to. We can check and see if that's that. So what we're doing here, keep in mind, we're only checking the first argument. We're only working with single arguments at this moment in time. But let's say we provide 2 arguments, okay? So all we have to do is put a 1 here. So we can say if the first argument is garbage and the second one is tree, then run this code. Actually, it wouldn't work like that. We would have to add them together. But anyway, that's how you access the second argument if you want to. It's 0 based, so you just make it 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to do. So anyway, we're going to fill this in so we can test and see if it actually works. So player dot send message, you are garbage. That's very not nice, but oh well. And then we can say player dot send message, you are a tree. And then if he doesn't say any of these 2 words, then we say player dot send message, you are a head ass. Okay, good. So let's go inside our server and I'll meet you there. Okay, so we're inside the server and let's go ahead and run our command, see if that first thing still works. Awesome, so that works, good. And let's say we provide an argument, let's say freedom. This says you are head ass because we didn't specify garbage or tree, which is fine, it still works, no errors, good. We set it to do that. So let's say we do tree. Then we get you are tree, and let's say we add a letter to tree, then it says you are head ass because it knows, okay? Or let's say that the T is capital inside tree, then it still says you are tree because we said dot equals ignore case, meaning it's going to ignore the case of it. So that's just a cool little tip there for you. And then we'll do garbage now. There we go. It says you are garbage. So, yep, that's how you do that. So anyway, that's how we work with command arguments inside of Java. I mean, not Java, Spigot plugins, and it's pretty simple. There's many ways you can do many things. This is just a little glimpse of it. I advise you just play around with it, see what you can do. And the main point of this is being able to access these arguments, and then from there you can use if statements, and you could check for stuff and just do whatever you want, really. So if you have any ideas for a plugin you want to see using this thing, or any plugins at all, just leave a comment if you want to, or if you need any questions, just leave a comment. And also, we have a Discord in the description. I want you to join if you want to join, and check it out if you want to. Just join, and yeah. So if you like this episode, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and peace.